Hello and welcome to Story Speakers Guild Saturday by Night. It's been about a month since we all came together, um, and here we are again. We did have a scene recently for Jessica Time, but now we're back together with the crew.
And we are meeting up at Victor's is the last note I had, right?
I believe that's where we were, yeah.
Well, I don't remember. I don't think you guys had actually gone there yet. I think that was just like your next step. So I don't think you're at Victor's yet, but that's where you were about to.
Yeah,
I thought
Father
we were there.
Thorn was taking Veronica back to the zoo.
Yeah, that all happened, and we did return to Bob's. That's where we ended the night.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, remember I had to clean up before I could go inside.
Yeah, Victor is Bob. I think who you guys are talking about is we did not report to James Garrett.
No, we did not.
Does anyone want to handle that report?
Also, all of you say hello to any viewers that we may have.
Hello, viewers. Welcome and enjoy the session. Enjoy the show.
Everyone have a fine evening and enjoy our show, I hope.
Strap in, because it's going to be a blast.
That it is. Welcome, any viewers. Well, who wants to report to James Garrett if you're doing it before the next meetup, that is? My character doesn't care. We can do it at the next meetup. He'll just be mad. I don't care.
I probably should, and I believe we just have much of my character's Camarilla.
So it sounds like Cappy's doing it.
That's terrifying. Devil's character was the one that had the inside view, correct?
No, I had the inside view.
Well, bitch, then you get to make the report.
Yeah. Not fucking happening.
Malkavian? Yeah, okay.
He's not Malkavian. I'm confused. What am I?
Did you share all those pieces of info with us, Finn?
It's not Devil.
Oh, I thought it was Devil's character. I'm sorry.
And if you guys remember right, I put a device in there. You guys heard it too, except for you, Torin.
Okay, so I can't report nothing. So there you...
Actually, if I recall, I didn't hear it either. I was mostly outside during the time.
Oh,
That's correct.
I was in the van listening.
Yay. So Victor, Cappy, and Mom were the ones that heard, yes?
Yes.
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 Trying to think back, remember what all was said. It was a few weeks we played this last time. I remember what the discussion was we heard.
This is the best.
Did anybody take notes?
I have
The
lots of
notes.
notes.
I just remember.
Where'd you post the notes at?
I don't post them, they're my notes.
Oh, I thought Torrance said he posted them.
No, I posted notes from last session.
Personal memory.
Thing.
Personal memory is best memory for Malkavian because if I get it wrong, nobody notices.
Yeah, I'm not seeing them on my thing.
Just a minute. Let me figure out how to do it again. Cappy, what's your email?
Avenger024@hotmail.com. I got nifty Hotmail.
I didn't know people still used Hotmail.
Oh yeah.
I'll go you one better than that. I have someone in the house who's making me pay for her AOL email account.
Indeed. Mom does.
Apparently, I missed a call from Finn. Okay.
Whatever do you mean, Bob?
Cappy, Avenger what?
024@hotmail.com.
So I know it's too late, but I just want to remind you that this is on the stream. So
Yeah, just hello, stream.
Oh well. Should have typed it. Oh well.
Well, you heard him. Cappy wants all the fan mail.
tell him your favorite Kool-Aid Cappy moment.
Yep, your favorite Cap-Aid moment.
Oh yeah.
All right. Well, if you guys haven't decided about what you're doing, reporting to James Garrett and such, I'm leaving you guys to go make a phone call.
Yes, I report to James Garrett, but I'm trying to remember. I'm waiting for the info so I know what to tell the guy when I get there.
Torn, could you potentially just give him a quick recap of your notes? I have a feeling that Mom and Bob could benefit from it as well.
1 second.
Oh, there we go. Oh, Word document. All right.
I prefer if you guys can give each other recaps when you can, just because sometimes I have extra notes among my notes that are more just things that I know but may not have revealed to you. So it's a little bit easier for you guys to do it so I don't have to sort through what you actually know and what I've set aside for later.
All right, here's the recap for everyone. Y'all trailed Torn's limo that he was taking in. I failed to drop the micro recorder in her pocket. Joseph got into the building and set up the recording. The people that could hear the recording.
Yes.
Yeah.
First person to speak was someone named Caleb Thornton, who Joseph knows. That person complained about the Camarillo investigating possibilities in Anarch. All members are reporting up to Veronica about issues in the city, so she's more important than we probably thought. It seems that things are going as she expected. They get regular word from, quote, the eldest, understanding that he's displeased that Anita has gained as much influence as she has. They are actively looking to undermine that. The room full of people are very loyal to Veronica. Political action team includes Caleb, who sits next to Veronica, according to Joseph's observations. She looks different than before, like she has more than just makeup on. Something's different. Caleb is heading to Pilsen. Father Torn taking Veronica back. She requested a privacy divider put up. There's a possibility that there is a Malkavian at the zoo sending messages to the eldest, and that was based on a possible observation from Devil, I think. That's all I got.
That was actually very good notes. I am pretty proud. I think you caught like every hint and clue that I dropped throughout that whole thing.
I mean, there's some that I haven't shared, but yeah.
Well, but in terms of what he was privy to.
Yeah, I don't have your sightseeing notes. This is just what happened last time we were all together.
There was some stuff last time we were all together that my character didn't share too. So
I type fast.
I'm interested in finding out also more about Ryan's character.
I mean, you could already get to know him better. At this point, I think all you really know is
He
what
likes to make
basically
people his
that
bitch.
you're an anarch. I think that's about all they really truly know. Except maybe Jessica. I think she knows you a little better.
Although that's true, because at this moment, if I didn't already hear different conversations that we all have heard, in my character, I would not know anything different than I know right now. So I will watch it unfold. It is not my tale to tell.
Anyways, Laura, I walk off from them, and once I'm a good distance away, I whip out that card from Anita and I give her a call.
Since no one else has volunteered to, I will go report to James. To whatever fucking name is. That'll just lie.
James is the one that you would report to. He's the person that you've been in contact with at Elysium, who's kind of sending you out on these missions.
Yeah, I forgot his last name. That's why I said James and.
I see. James Garrett.
Garrett, yeah. Yeah, maybe back to talk to him.
Okay, well, we got two different scenes happening here. Ryan or Joseph kind of walked off first, so I think we'll jump to that one real quick.
Yep, I was just going to say that.
Which one are we doing first?
Joseph calling Anita.
out of curiosity, walking off. Last I knew, we had all gone our separate ways already. Did we already meet up, or?
No, we have not met up yet. This would have been when we were going our separate ways, Devil.
Okay.
Trust me, the thing I need to do with you is before we meet up too, Devil, so.
Yeah, I was just trying to keep my head on with timeline.
Yep, I know. Alright, so ring, 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 ring.
Hello?
It's been some time. I hope you're well, Anita.
Ah, Joseph. Yeah, things have been busy, interesting lately. And I hope you're doing well as well.
I mean, as well as I can be with all of these people breathing down my neck.
It is an unfortunate side effect of working with the Camarilla.
Either way, I didn't call you for pleasantries this time.
Okay, what's going on?
I infiltrated a meeting of those troublesome anarchs that have been drawing attention.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm not really involved in that. I haven't been looking too much into it. I don't know how much help I can really.
Actually, it's me who's going to help you.
Oh. Well, okay. I thought James was taking care of this, but what's going on?
First off, never trust the cam over one of your own.
You know that I don't, but I think you also understand what I'm trying to do.
Yeah. Either way. Consider this one a life boon for you. Do you accept?
What you call it, a life boon?
Uh, I agree to it, assuming that whatever you have to say truly does merit that. Then I would certainly owe you.
Ah, good, we're understood then. You're their next target. They don't like how powerful you're getting.
I'm sorry, whose target?
These troublesome anarchs.
Okay. I mean, I have my own people around me, and I mean, I guess I have some power to whatever degree that's ever true for an anarch, but come on, I mean, it's not like I'm setting up some sort of system here, like how the fucking Camarilla run their shit.
And I'm not saying you're setting up any system like that. What I do know is that you have an enemy.
Joseph, I need you to level with me. If you're... I need to know that you're actually very serious about it being at this level of danger.
Would I have demanded a life boon for the information if it wasn't?
I think you know that there's plenty of our kind who would attempt to manipulate that out of somebody. Although I'd like to think, from what I know of you, that you would not be one of those kinds. But these are strange nights.
You can take the information for what it is.
Oh, do you know any more specifics than that? I mean, it's good to know that danger is looming, but it doesn't help me a whole lot if I don't know where it's coming from, or when, or how, or why.
The two names I know are Veronica... Fuck, what's Veronica's last name? Veronica Lamar. And Caleb... I don't remember his. Thornton. Though me and Caleb were going to have some talks later.
Veronica. I should have known. You know, between you and me, there's something off there. And as far as do as you like, he's not. He's good at playing himself off as being more important than he truly is. Have you ever watched that show, The Office?
I remember seeing it.
Think of Dwight. He thinks he's the assistant manager, but he's really the assistant to the manager.
Haha. Well, I must attend to some other affairs. I'd recommend only keeping those you truly trust close to you. We don't know how far their influence has infiltrated the ranks.
So, she's upset that I've gained power, or is she upset about essentially the principles that I am gaining power on?
Did not specify, really. Only that their elder was displeased with what you've gained.
Their elder.
I'm not sure on that one yet, but I have plans on figuring that out too.
They literally just said their elder?
They did. Elder, eldest.
Eldest. I feel... I don't know. If it ends up ringing a bell, I'll tell you, but... it does seem vaguely familiar from somewhere. Okay.
FinCheck I am.
Well, I think I do believe you now that I know what you're talking about, and it's just so strange because James has been focused. Well, I guess that does kind of make sense then. I get the sense that maybe she doesn't like us reaching out towards James and the rest of them. I think you should be careful too.
Always am.
Well, I owe you one. I expect I will hear from you at some point.
That you will.
And with that, she just hangs up without saying anything.
I hang up as well and return to my haven. Go ahead and let Cappy do his thing before I call Devil in a few days.
Alright, so, Cappy, you said you're just going alone to report to James?
Nobody else said they were coming, so yeah, I think I'm going alone.
Okay, so are you trying to, like, contact him? Are you just waiting for the next, like, Elysium gathering and finding him? What would you like to do?
I tried to contact him since this is pretty important information. Needs to get to him as soon as possible.
Alright. You probably have his phone number. I think he gave you a card at some point.
Yeah.
So you call, it starts ringing. After a couple rings, hello, James.
James, your name? This is Rick Williams reporting in. Got some interesting information I think you should be aware of.
Oh, well, we should meet then. I think you know better than exchanging too much information via electronic means.
Definitely. Where would you like to meet?
Meet me at the club. I'll be there shortly. The Succubus Club.
I'm on my way. I'll be polite, let him hang out first before I hang up.
He just hangs up.
Oh, okay, yeah, and hang up, make my way to the club.
He's there before you. He's seated in kind of like a area it's basically like a VIP area, overlooking things. And it's pretty much almost as soon as you walk into the door, you're escorted over to where he.
Alright. I give him a nod after I go over there. Thank you for meeting with me. This is pretty important information.
Does he recognize the clean version of you?
Oh yeah, I forgot. I did get cleaned up, didn't I?
Which one? The clean gravy stained version or the...
That cleaned up.
I mean, the gravy stain version is still cleaner than the typical version.
Yeah. Anyway. Just waiting for me to continue or what?
Yeah, he's staring at you
okay.
expectantly.
We intercepted a very interesting meeting recently between Veronica. The only other name we got that was in the group was a Caleb Thornton. The others, their names weren't really mentioned. Seems that you're trying to cause quite a bit of chaos between the Anarchs and the Camarilla, causing riots, fights, all that kinds of chaos that you already know about.
Yes, so
Um,
far you've only told me things that I already know.
Yeah. Apparently, they're not very happy with a particular Anita. I guess they don't like the level of influence she's gained. Not sure what their intent is with that. They didn't really say. One of the more interesting things that was mentioned was they apparently this group reports to someone that's referred to as the eldest, whoever that is.
It's probably just a code name. I wouldn't worry about it too much.
Oh, this group definitely seems serious and causing a lot of trouble, perhaps even a civil war. I don't believe all anarchists are involved in. I didn't get that impression, especially if they're already trying to interfere with one anarchist influence already. I think it's just a individual group that doesn't like what's going on. At least that's kind of the impression I got.
Well, obviously, I mean, Anita has her own group of people that are working with her because they understand that, you know, we obviously have things under control here. We're the strongest thing that's come out in Inquisition, so I don't... Okay, yes. I understand what you're getting at. Okay, so this seems to be a regular meeting. Nobody else seemed important though. Are they like looking to her for instruction?
Yeah, they're all reported to her. Like, just Veronica's in charge.
Okay. So it sounds like she's the one that we need to look into for.
I agree. Don't know what her plan is, but from what we heard at that meeting, they might be getting ready to amp it up. Because I think they really want conflict between the Anarchs and the Camarilla, which, as you know, is bad either way.
Oh, of course it's bad. I mean, this is our shot at really having power over everything if we can get them to actually cooperate with us as much as, you know, any of them are going to cooperate.
Yeah.
If she's right.
Go ahead.
If she is riling them all up, then she is actually dangerous. She could stand to shake all the progress that we've made.
Yeah. So, kind of keep an eye on Anita. I'm not sure what they have in mind for her, but whatever it is, it can't be good. And being she's been an ally, it might be best to keep an eye on her in case they decide to do away with her. Like I said, they didn't specify what they're going to do, but there's no telling.
I'm going to bring this to the council, I think. This feels like it could be a big enough threat to actually deal some sort of blow to the Camarilla. I think we also may need to throw a little bit more of our weight behind Anita. I think our best shot is likely to attempt to take control from within rather than trying to exert an external influence directly.
Yes. Also, in a way, we do kind of have a slight advantage now that we know it's a separate group doing this. And I believe initially they're trying to make it seem like to us, the Anarchs are causing problems, and so the Anarchs were causing problems. Now we're somewhat onto them, we can be aware of their tricky plans.
Wait, I mean, but it is a group of Anarchs that's causing the issues.
Not all of the Anarchs. I think this is a group that's a little more nose bent than usual, if you know what I mean.
I see. Some extremists. That could work well for the image. I mean, it's a lot easier to rally people behind fighting against a group if you can paint them out to be extremists, inflicting terror on the general population, threatening our way of existence.
Yes, I don't believe most Anarchs would go to extremes to cause this kind of trouble. Most, from what I have seen and heard, just want to live their life, do whatever they want, and keep their heads down for the most part. They ain't gonna do all that stuff because it may be anarchs, but they still respect the masquerade. Gets out of hand, ain't gonna be much to protect.
Indeed. Not sure how much they actually care about the masquerades so much as just not making things complicated for themselves, though. But that's fine. I have a feeling there'll be a larger meeting here required at Elysium. I'd let your friends know that they may expect something soon, and they will be expected to attend without fail.
I can do that.
Joseph, you have spoken with him a little bit more since I put you in work.
Yeah, he's. Forgive me for saying so. He's a bit of a dick the way he talks to me, but I put up with it.
I mean, he is an anarch.
Yeah, that's true.
But do you know does he know about Anita? Does he know her, as far as you know? What was his reaction to all of this?
He wasn't too thrilled. Seeley, did I hear that I know that he knew Caleb, or was that said somewhere separate?
I didn't tell you about it.
Okay, I want to make sure, because I didn't want to...
Nope.
Okay, I didn't want to say anything about that. This was something my character would know. I didn't want to metagame or anything, so I wanted to make sure before I continue.
Seeley, you do know that he boasted about making Veronica his bitch.
Yeah, I do remember that, yeah. One thing he did mention that was rather interesting is he wanted to make Veronica his bitch. He seems to like making people his bitch, whether he's able to or not. That must be a him thing, I don't know.
I think that'd be something that you would understand, given your clan, but I'm aware of this already. He doesn't always report to me, but he usually likes to brag when he feels like he's done something well. Like a dog looking for a treat.
Never said I came here looking for a treat. I was reporting things was important information.
Oh, that's beautiful.
He presses his fingers along the bridge of his nose, and he's like, "No, I meant Joseph."
Damn, Chappie.
At least he understands where he falls on the totem pole.
Well, don't think it's call my character a dog, so...
He stepped right into that.
I know! He didn't step in, he jumped in. He plugged his
Yeah,
nose and went,
dude.
wee!
Oh my god.
You got him so brainwashed that he is a dog.
Oh, I'm a gay girl, so that's probably the first thing you would have thought of anyway.
Okay, did you have anything else that you needed to report?
No, that was pretty much it. We haven't regathered back up at Victor's place yet to discuss our next plan or anything. Once we gather, I'll let them know about the upcoming meeting.
Well, yes, we gathered before that this was a monthly meeting, so I'm not surprised to hear there will be another.
Yes, I actually meant I'll inform them to come to the council meeting that you're going to have here is actually what I meant.
Oh, I see. Yes, well, I mean, it's not that I'm going to have on the council, but as I said, I'm going to bring this up to the council so they can decide how to act here. I'm not sure that this is at my level to decide. I expect they will have a meeting. I just want you all to be prepared, especially as you may be particularly called on.
I understand.
You may leave.
I stand up, give him a nod, and I head out of the club. I'm gonna head back to Victor's.
Okay.
He really likes being clean.
I know, right?
Actually, I played a Gangrel a while ago. This was before I really knew that Gangrel were dirty and all that. That wore good clothes.
No one asked, Cappy.
Okay, so you head to Victor's, knock on the door, right?
Yep.
Are you home, Victor?
Yes, I am home.
Okay. So, one of the staff comes up to the door and they open it. Hello, Mr. Williams. How may
Hello.
I help you?
Is Victor here?
I will inquire within. Please step into the waiting area here.
Alright, I step into the waiting area.
So he proceeds up the stairs and over to wherever, Victor's hanging out right now. We'll say, like, your bedroom, maybe. Sir, Mr. Williams is here wishing to see you. Are
Be in the house.
you came through all robot-y? What'd you say?
I said, is he be in the house?
I'm bringing up bad.
You asking, is he in the house?
No, I was asking if he was fit. Is he clean?
Oh,
Yes.
there we go. Now you're coming through a lot better. He's talking to the staff, Cappy, not to you.
Oh,
Did you at least clean the gravy off of you?
yes.
For him, quite clean. Certainly reasonable enough to come into the house without causing a great disturbance.
That's fine then. Show him to my study. I will join him there. Inform him I will join him there directly.
Very good. Should I have anything brought in for you?
Well, let's see what our guest has to say first.
Very well. I will check in after a short period of time.
Very good.
And he quickly steps away, returns back to where Rick is waiting. Yes, he is home. I'll take you to the study and he shall join you directly, if that pleases you.
It does indeed, thank you.
And he starts briskly walking over. I think the study is actually where you were before, so I think you're returning to where you were the last time that you were,
Alright.
where the unfortunate gravy incident occurred. But walk into the room, it's all cleaned up. You can't really see any traces of what happened before.
Oh well. I'd go in and have a seat.
I come in a couple of minutes later. Good evening.
Good evening. I finished my report to James. It seems he's going to speak to the council and he expects to be a meeting. We are required to be there.
Indeed.
Yes, after I finished my report to him, he believed things were over his head, so to speak, but in regards to what decision needed to be made, so he's speaking with the council.
Interesting. What exactly did you say?
Robot-y again, Bob.
Let me try and make connection.
Try again. Try speaking again, Bob.
Is that any better?
Not really. It may help to restart your Discord. Ryan was having some trouble with coming through Robot-y earlier, and after he restarted, it seemed to be a lot. So Victor's just sitting there ignoring everything Cappy says for a minute, just staring at the wall like, God damn.
He's contemplating.
Uh-huh.
Okay, did that work better?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
No, I forgot what.
I told you he was talking to the council. James was.
Oh, what exactly did you say?
He just said he was gonna bring it up to the council that it was the situation seemed to be bigger than he himself can make any decisions about, and he expects there to be a gathering pretty soon, and said he wants all of us to be there when the gathering and council meeting happens.
But he shared none of his thoughts with you. As far as. Oh, he did.
Yeah, basically, most of it he already knew. In regards to the eldest and the eldest and stuff, that was somewhat new. He seemed to already know that Joseph wants to make Veronica his bitch. He's obviously quite well informed, and he knew quite a bit. Some stuff he didn't, like in regard, he was quite interested in the fact that your anarch extremists are trying to cause chaos. I think he was actually pleased that it wasn't the anarchs in general, just the extremist group. I think he was kind of happy to hear that all the anarchs weren't going crazy.
Well, yes, of course, that would be easier to deal with an extremist group as opposed to the whole.
Yeah. I did inform him that it appeared Veronica was the leader, since they all were reporting to him, as you heard. Or reporting to her.
Yes, I was going to say. But other than that, she had nothing new. Just sons to this meeting.
I didn't quite understand that you were robotic and break up again.
No, I said that, so in other words, he didn't share anything new except the sons to this meeting.
No, he didn't say too much regarding the meeting. Probably because he wasn't sure when it would be or what the council would do. Since he hadn't spoken to him yet, it would be kind of hard to guess or assume or anything, and I doubt he wants to guess or assume when it comes to the council.
You find yourself in need of refreshing.
You're kind of breaking up. What was that?
Do you want anything to eat?
Oh, no, I'm still pretty good, surprisingly.
Oh, by the way, Lord, do we have to roll our hunger?
No, because I think basically this is occurring the same evening as before. Like, you guys are basically getting very close to the end of that night. Because you guys had just had the meeting, you kind of went your separate ways, and Cappy went to report to James.
Gotcha.
I don't know what.
I'm sorry, I said gotcha.
Oh, okay.
I don't know what's going on here.
I think maybe some of. I think it might be like the Discord servers, honestly. And unfortunately, you might just be in an area where it's getting more effective.
Oh, wow. I just noticed the voice connected bar. It was at 1 red bar. Now it's at 3 green bars. Am I sounding better?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know why.
I did also suggest that, being they seem to have some kind of plans for, Anita, I think her name was. Yeah, for Anita, that we keep an eye on her. Like I said, they didn't actually say what their plans were for, but I can't imagine there's anything good. So I suggested that Jan be kind of keep track of what's going on with that, to make sure nothing happens to her.
Undoubtedly, that will. So, am I expecting other visitors this evening, or are we all to make our own way to this meeting?
It doesn't say when the meeting is yet. I have a feeling it'll contact us when it's time. In the meantime, I have a feeling everyone will eventually make their way here. I believe that was the agreed upon plan, last I recall.
No, I don't think you guys actually did agree to all meet up here.
Yes, we did.
Oh, really? Okay.
The very last note I had from last session is we were meeting up at Victor's.
No. I will have my man take care of the arrangements, and others will be here along directly.
Are the events of that night done?
Well,
I
I guess it depends.
Sorry, I come back to report to Victor that she will be in touch for another ride for next month's meeting.
And you will be her driver?
I'm not assuming so, but she said she'd be in touch.
Understood, sir.
Thank you for the use of your vehicle. It drove very well.
It better. I pay my mechanic enough.
I will say it is very helpful having someone on the inside. So, yeah, quite helpful. Yeah, that's mostly been lost. It helps better keep track of what's going on.
Oh, yes, without a doubt.
Okay. Is anybody else over to Victor's house, or are you guys kind of settled, ready for this night to close, and we'll open on a following night?
I don't have anything further for this evening.
Neither do I.
We're heading to Victor's house too.
I return to my haven.
I don't really have a haven, so I'd probably stay at Vickers if he allows it.
Oh my god! I
Notice
crashed here, man.
that everyone wants to live with you now, Bob.
I'm seeing.
I don't. I'm good.
I know you are.
I need to go check on my local community.
It's a good idea, Torin. So how long do we have until, I guess, this meeting, Laura? Does that get told to us?
Well, so far Cappy has actually only told Victor. So at this point, none of the rest of you know about it. But it's going to be, I'd say, 2 days later.
2 days later. Okay, well, when did the thing with Jessica Time then happen?
Let's see. That probably happened like the night in between. Basically, the council will be like debating the next night after all of this, because remember, you guys are close to the close of this evening, and as all of that closes out and they make their decision, he contacts for Jessica.
Okay, understood then. Just understand, me and Jessica are going to be very late to this meeting then.
Okay.
That's unusual, how? You're never on time.
This will not be fashionably late.
Yeah, I figured this night was about to end. This next night began, I was going to contact the others to let them about the meeting. Just wasn't sure I'd have time to do it this night.
Okay, is anybody else doing anything this evening? I know, Mom, you said you were going to Victor's. Are you there?
I'm just arriving with my assistant.
Did you say your sister?
No, my assistant.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, she's quite helpful in helping me keep things straight.
And quite delicious.
Alright. You're showing in to the room where Rick and I think your character is just named Torin, is
Yep.
Yeah. Rick and Torin are sitting with Victor.
Okay, thank you very much. We're here for a meeting.
No, my dear. My dear Carlotta, welcome to my home again, but no, apparently you've been misinformed. We're waiting for James to grace us with the time of his.
Oh, okay. Well, it's wonderful to see you again.
I give her a nod as she comes in.
As it is to see you, my dear.
Thank you. Dapper as always.
The clothes do make the man.
Every bit.
I used to prefer my usuals, but I'll go with this for now.
Alright. Well, if none of you guys have anything you'd like to do, I'm going to give Jessica Time a call after her little incursion that happened. So basically, after your meeting with who you met with, Jessica, you get a call from me.
Alright, I will answer the phone. Kiki's Delivery Service, how can I help?
Ah, it's good to talk with you again, Kiki.
Oh, lovely! Hello!
I need your help with something. Want to come with me to Pilsen?
Oh! Sure, what are we doing?
I'll tell you once we meet up.
Sounds like the best surprise parties.
Should I come to your place, or what would you prefer?
I'll meet you. Good. Yeah, I mean, you could come to my place, but it's not easy to find, or it might be easy to find. Do you have Ging? Or what was it? Moggle? Boogle? Something like that.
I'm not sure, but we can meet somewhere if you prefer that.
Grumble Maps. There we go. Yeah, let's meet up.
Okay, where do you want to meet up?
The park, maybe.
The park it is.
All right, let's go to the park.
Alright, I'm going to start heading to the park.
And now we figure out if she actually goes to the right one.
I was like, which park?
I'm going to assume, for prosperity's sake, that she manages to find the right one with her Grumble Maps.
I mean, that's what I'd be assuming.
Huh.
I just go to a park and you just know because you're a Malkavian.
Yeah, you can make it there. I mean, you could be late. It's not going to be a real direct route, but you'll be there.
Okay.
Also, I'd just like to clarify, were you all done at Victor's now that you all kind of like met up? Did Cappy actually tell you guys about the meeting and then you dispersed?
No.
I would those that anybody come to Big Dad tell them about the meeting. Yeah, those I couldn't reach before the night ended. I was gonna call the numbers next. I'm pretty sure I got all the numbers.
So yeah, after finding out there's going to be a meeting pending, I'm going to go back to my sanctuary.
Okay. Is anybody else doing anything, or are we okay to just move to this next night?
I'm good. Next night is this thing with Jessica and Joseph, right?
Yes, essentially. I'm just trying to make sure that we kind of wrap up what happened there. I know Ryan's antsy to get this part started, but I'm trying to make sure that we don't miss. I feel like timelines are already getting a little bit confusing because this night has been dragging out, so I'm trying to clarify the end of it before we start moving.
That's fine.
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay, nobody else is speaking, so I'm assuming that we're good. Joseph needs to do a rouse check for that night. Jessica, I believe we did it because this occurs the night of that particular meeting that you had, and I believe we did it then, so I will consider it good. Oh my. So, Joseph, the fact that all of this has come together this way, what happened at the meeting, and fucking Camilla just breathing down your neck. They are targeting Anita, who seems to just be somebody with some fucking common sense. Your blood is boiling. The beast is gnawing at your heart and just getting you riled up, and you're hungry. You're hungry to hit something. You're hungry to eat something. You are hungry to just rip things apart.
I crack my neck as I wake. I begin rolling my shoulders. And this time, rather than dressing up nicely like I normally do, kind of like, business casual, I am going to put on my jeans, I'm gonna put on an old t-shirt, a little ripped up. And my steel-toed boots.
Damn it! Not the steel-toed boots.
When Jessica finally shows up, she is wearing a swimsuit and shorts because she thought, yeah, water park.
What?
That's the best. I'm sitting in the park in the night, and Jessica shows up in a swimsuit and shorts.
Well, all right then.
Oh, she also has her scarf still, so. Long scarf, swimsuit, and shorts.
It's good to see you.
I'm glad I'm seen. It would be very impractical if I wasn't seen. That would be, actually that's a good idea. Not being seen sometimes would be amazing.
I'll show you how sometime.
Woo! So we're gonna ride splash rides? 'Cause I'm all ready to go.
We're gonna make some splashing, but it's gonna be a little different.
Woo! I'm glad I dressed appropriately.
How versed are you on torture?
Read the dictionary.
I'm sure you'll be a fast learner.
Okay.
And at that, I call Caleb.
I'm gonna vanish.
Who'd you just call?
Ghostbusters.
I called Caleb. I'm calling Caleb.
Ah.
Ring ring, ring ring.
Yo.
Yo, I found some information. I thought I'd report it back to you.
Who's this?
You don't remember our fateful meeting a few months ago? In the park? When your boys learned who the real top dog was walking in the yard?
Ah. Joseph, man.
That's right. Either way, I need to meet up with you tonight so that I can give you this information.
Okay. I'm a little busy, but, can you meet me in like an hour?
I'm afraid it can't wait that long. It could be imperative to your life. I need you to meet me half an hour in this location. And, I don't feel like looking up a real location near Pilsen, but, I'm gonna find some abandoned building to meet him at.
Right. We'll say you find, a closed down factory that should be pretty close by. Uh, I'll try to get there. Is it really that serious?
Tell me, are werewolves serious?
Fuck, man, they've all been south for forever.
If you had seen what I saw, you wouldn't be speaking so casually about it.
Fuck, fine. I'll meet you in about half an hour. That it?
That's it.
Bye. And he hangs up.
I hang up.
So you're probably gonna wanna like get your ass over there pretty soon if you're willing to get over.
Yep, I'm heading on over there. Jessica, do follow.
Okay. I will skip along behind.
Alright. So, we're gonna head there.
Okay. You guys find it pretty okay. Unfortunately though, it is locked.
How's it locked up?
There's like a padlock.
Well, I have no larceny. Do you, by any chance, Devil, know how to pick locks?
Did we not go over this when you stole the dog?
Oh yeah, that's right, you do!
I'm gonna attempt to pad the lock with extra padding and, pop it open.
Okay. Dexterity and larceny, please.
Much better than my solution, which was going to be prowess and tearing the door off.
Tobalt solution.
Okay, so you fiddle with it for a couple minutes. You don't get it quite immediately, but it's not too hard. You've dealt
Alright.
with worse, especially with
Well-
your recent practice in stealing a dog.
Well, as I do it, I think that, it's being stubborn, so I try to convince it to open for me by talking to it. I'll be like, come on, no, don't say that. It's rude to keep others out. You have to let them in.
Go ahead, keep him out.
So, like I said, after a couple minutes, you manage to pop it open, and you guys can enter if you're ready.
I will.
Indeed. I will just skip in, caressing the padlock and carrying it with me like a pet.
Okay, so you keep the padlock.
I keep the padlock.
So Caleb is late. He shows up about 10 minutes after when you guys agreed, but I mean he's not like super late. But he walks in and he's just like, "Hey man, sorry. Like I said, I was busy and I couldn't quite get here as fast as I."
It's understandable.
Why did we come meet at this place? This is weird.
To avoid suspicion, of course.
What's going on with you?
Well, you see, I became privy to some very specific information. And I walk up to him. You see, what I found out is, you're a fucking liar. I activate prowess.
Alright. You managed to do that.
Alright, I am going to grab him. I have 4 strength, 4 brawl with a specialty in grappling, and I get to add my potence. I have 11 dice on this roll.
Okay, go ahead and give it a go. Okay. Yeah, so you managed to grab him. It isn't quite as rough as you were trying to make it. But you do have like a pretty good grip on him. It's not like he can get away from you. Hey man, what are you talking?
Jessica, please.
Yes? Yeah, I'll just kind of hop over with my padlock and pat Caleb on the head.
With the padlock?
Just lightly. He's not trying to knock him out or anything.
You knew far more information than you were willing to give last time. And you're a far bigger player than you admitted.
Look, I don't know who the fuck you are. Why am I just gonna tell you
Who's
my
the
entire
fucking eldest, bitch?
I don't even know.
Jessica, please.
I will whisper in his ear. By the way, did you know that the alphabet is a wonderful learning tool?
Fuck you, bitch.
No, that's B. Start with A. A is first. Come on, people. It's easy.
You're a fucking asshole, you know that? I
That's
fucking
better.
gave you a little bit of fucking information. You come back here trying to act like I should have given you everything.
You are a child trying to play with vampires. You go around causing all of this chaos and things. I gave you a chance not to have the sheriff come down on you, not to have his deputies come down on you, not for you to become the shining example to the Camarilla of why they should eradicate anarchs.
Camarilla always wants to eliminate us. They might fucking try to play friendly, but they only want one thing in the end, and that's control over all.
And you're just being controlled a different way.
No, I made a choice.
Being swayed by your elders is always being swayed by your elders.
At least I don't have to deal with the Camarilla ordering me around. Can you say that?
You think I'm here on orders? I'm here because you pissed me off.
Good.
Jessica?
Oh, I was here because I was invited. Don't look at me. Oh, wait. Oh, right. Where were we? B's? C's. C's. You might want to turn your ears away for this one. Crass. Very unpleasant. Oh, should I actually be hurting him?
Yes, please, Jessica.
Oh, okay. I will poke him in the side with a fingernail.
Are you, like, trying to actually hurt him by doing it? Or you're just, like, kind of doing a normal, like, jab in the...
Did you hear her, Double?
Yeah, at first it's kind of just a normal jab, but kind of getting used to the whole idea of hurting people for information, and eventually it will be, oh, right, I have to apply more pressure, and the fingernail will sink in and wiggle it around a bit and go, squishy!
I guess I would say you're gonna want to do something like a strength and brawl to try to actually, like, truly hurt him by doing it.
Well,
Well, look at you go. So yeah, your finger really does start to penetrate, and yeah, it's squishy, it's bloody, and he starts howling in pain.
Remember the water park part, Jessica? This is where it starts.
woo, water park!
You guys are f***ing nuts.
Well, I mean, I can't speak much for Jessica. She may really get a knack for this after this. But don't worry, I'm qualified to handle your trauma if you survive this.
Like, I'm gonna fucking ever talk to you again. And he spits at you.
I begin to crush him.
In what sense? Like, you're...
Not like I'm just physically crushing him. I'm holding him in a bear hug.
Okay, so you're just squeezing. You're like trying to hurt him, I assume.
Correct. After all, I still have prowess activated.
Okay, go ahead and roll a strength and brawl.
As he
For-
does this, Jessica will sit there humming Pop Goes the Weasel.
Jesus, Remini.
Wow.
And indeed, pop, pop, pop.
Pop Goes the Weasel!
I think your weasel box is broke. It's cracking.
So yeah, you do start popping bones and stuff like that. Go ahead and roll damage. You guys are gonna start doing like full on damage at this.
It's based off the successes you roll, if I remember it.
Oh, right, that's right.
So, is this guy human?
No, this dude's a vampire, and literally everything me and Devil are doing to him, it's not really great damage to a vampire. Neither of us have the ability to do that. But we're able to do a lot of it. Devil just inflicted 3 health levels. I just inflicted 3.
Yeah, so basically, even
Except
though this isn't,
It's divided
ahead.
by half, unless it's aggravated. So,
I
Yeah.
can aggravate.
he's really taken like 2 damage to his health levels. But for those of you who are a little bit newer, for vampire, aggravated damage is the only damage that like really, really hurts a vampire, where like they're gonna die quickly from it. So like what they're doing isn't aggravated, so it's going to weaken him and it's hurting, but it's stuff that he'll recover from, with some time and blood.
And a little love.
If you can find any.
But alright, so yeah, I'm squeezing him now.
Ah! What do you want?
well, I would like a pony, but I was told to have one. I was sad. Ooh, helicopters would be nice. Should look into getting some of those.
I told you, who is the eldest?
I don't know. Only Veronica talks to it.
It?
I don't know if it's a him, a her, or whatever. I just know that's who she talks to, and then we're told
Tell me the truth about Veronica.
what truth. She's in touch with this eldest or whatever. She tells us what to do.
She pretends to be a gangrel. She isn't.
Ooh, really? Cool.
I don't know. It's not like I'm her best friend.
Sure seemed chummy at the meeting.
I'm trying to set myself up for success.
If you wanted to be set up for success, you should have listened to me when we met the first time.
I am not afraid of you. I have Veronica's protection.
Should I go get
I
the
have
lighter?
her whole organization.
You're not afraid of me. At this point, I sink my fangs into his neck.
Ooh.
I'm gonna say, since you have him held and he's, starting to weaken some, that you're able to do.
Alright. And I am doing this in a damaging manner, so this is aggravated damage.
Oh, so you're like trying to hurt him? Then I guess you probably should roll.
Well, yeah, for my damage. I am going to drink from him. That's definitely happening here.
Gotcha.
So, do you get memories like in the movies from?
Only if I Diablerized him.
Do I get an arterial spray to, be in the splash zone?
Yeah, you do.
Fuck.
Actually.
Fuck.
Messy critical.
Nora, I messed
Damn, what a roll.
Yeah, that's why I was telling him that she's in the splash zone.
Please, storyteller.
So you don't just bite. Like at first you bite, but like remember how you've had that itch, that urge since you woke up, and you know your blood's just been boiling. As soon as that blood starts to hit, it's like your whole fucking body, your mind, everything is just on fire, and you kind of like throw your head back with that little roar or whatever that you want to call it, and then bite down again and again, and blood is kind of like spurting all over, and you are seriously weakening him. He is kind of a mess.
So how many health levels does he have? Because I think I just did 8.
Yeah, he's dying quickly.
Like, oops.
Is he going to Ash? Can I torp him? How many health levels did he have?
Well, he had 2 superficial to begin with.
Right.
Yeah, and he started with 6.
So 2 were taken by the superficial, and then I did 8 ag.
So I think he's basically gonna Ash here.
So you'd basically Diablerized him.
No, I didn't drink him to death. I ripped his neck out, apparently.
Okay.
Yeah, because it's not, like I said, he was like, just biting over and over. So it's not like he's sitting there like drinking deeply of him and
Okay.
drain every last drop. A bunch of it's all over you. It's all over the floor. It's all over him. It's all over Joseph. So it's not quite a diablerie, but it is a death.
Joseph starts laughing. He said he wasn't afraid of me.
I'm just gonna stand there with 2 fingers, 2 hands up, peace signs on both fingers covered in blood. Best ride ever!
I'm going to grab his cell phone, any ID he had, so on.
Yeah, he had a wallet on him. It has some cash. It has a driver's license. Like random shit like that.
Yep, so yeah, I grab all of it, like I said, cell phone, all of that. Anything that anyone would contact him with, anything that could give me information to contact his people, I'm taking all of it. Does he have any weapons on him?
He has a knife.
I'm taking that too.
Okay.
Can we also take his shorts?
Yeah, can we take his shorts?
If you want to, I suppose.
We'll leave his
Uh,
shorts.
See if his clothes fit you.
Damn it, that's grody as shit.
Wow.
Are you guys going to leave the body here?
As I take his
What
shorts,
bodies?
Oh no, yeah, Ash.
Yeah, Ash is there.
as I take his shorts, I'm going to whisper, "I'd like to see him go anywhere without these."
Well, Jessica, we should probably go home. It was a pleasant day at the water park with you.
Indeed, we should do this more often.
Oh, I also will say that you gained a point of blood or whatever from, even though you didn't, like fully drink from him, you drank enough that you can relieve one of your hunger.
Alright. What resonance was in his blood?
I need to look at the list.
Be right back really quick.
Okay. Choleric.
Choleric? Alright. Then I'm going to add 1 choleric resonance.
Yep. Okay, so this was, for the rest of you, this was the evening after this meeting and everything like that. Did anybody have anything that they wanted to get done while we wait for word from the council? Or Ryan, if you have anything that you're trying to do to go from here. I guess I just kind of assumed this was the conclusion of what you were trying to.
Well, I mean, it was not the conclusion I was looking for, but it was the conclusion I observed. But yes, I'm done there. Like I said, I grabbed all identifying information. Devil took his shorts.
Jessica's probably using the ashes to make soap now, too.
Yeah.
Vampire soap.
Malkavians, man.
She was a great partner to bring with this.
Apparently.
I knew at the very least if she didn't damage him physically, eventually she'd drive him insane.
Carlotta and her assistant have left Victor's, having been informed that we're still waiting to hear from James. And, we're going.
Do we do our rouse check now, too?
I'm only going to require a rouse check for this evening if you are trying to go out and actively do something.
Ah, okay.
This is sort of an evening in passing, but I'm also using it for anything that if you guys are trying to get anything done, if you have any kind of little side thing that you like to do, this is your opportunity to do it. Otherwise, unless any of you have something, we'll actually jump ahead one more night.
I think I'm gonna actually do a little feeding and get a little resonance toward what I might want to learn next.
Well, to start with a rouse check to wake up this evening.
Alright. Damn! But anyway!
So you wake up, and indeed, feeding is on your mind. The beast is tickling at your ear and along your gullets. Oh, we need to eat. Going around doing all this stuff and not hunting. Let's hunt. Get back to the real meaning of living. Okay, so you want to eat. How are you going to eat? What are you doing?
Give me a second time to look up something.
Well, he's looking that up. Did Jessica or Joseph have anything else that they were trying to do from there?
Okay, it was what I thought.
Let him do his thing.
Yeah, I'd been up there. Looks like I'm probably going for animal blood.
Okay,
Come
so
here,
you're
Bambi.
hunting animals, not people.
Yeah, because that seems to be I need animal blood residents for the disciplines I want to work up, so I'm guessing animal blood's the way to go.
Alright, what kind of animal are you looking for? Because it's going to determine what you're going to do.
Alright, I definitely have my coyote with me to kind of help me hunt.
Okay. But are you looking for, like, rats, where you could go down, like, city alleys? Are you looking for something bigger, where you might have to go farther out to, like, find more animals? Are you looking for pigeons, which are fucking everywhere? What are
Yeah,
you
something a
looking
little
for?
bigger.
I mean, you could look for dogs and cat.
Come here,
But in the city, you're only gonna find so much besides
Yeah.
like stray dogs and cats and stuff like that.
Yeah, no, I was
This
trying to
isn't-
think. Yeah, there's no forest areas outside the city I could get anything I wouldn't think, so I should probably stick to the city to hunt.
This isn't Seattle where bears can go down the street and people go, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, I guess I'd look for a stray dog or something.
Okay. Fucking monster.
Go find the Saint Bernard. There's one in an apartment somewhere.
Yeah, I don't really want to look for a dog, but I'm not sure what else to hunt for. I mean, I could do rats, I guess. I don't know what I'd get from. I don't know what I'd get from them.
You could hunt a dog. I'm just teasing you.
Yeah, I'm a dog person, so it took me a second to get that. Like,
Alright. So you're trying to track down a dog. I'm gonna say. Let's do a wits and survival. And your coyote will help lower the difficulty for you.
would that have been more dice? Guess not.
Alright, yeah, you succeed at this, so you guys are prowling through some of the shadowy alleys not too far from Victor's house, and what do you know? Someone's golden doodle got out, and it's not terribly smart that there's dangers that, you know, lurk in the dark, and so you find it pretty easy to get it to come towards you as it sees your coyote approaching from the other direction. It feels threatened by it. And even though you have kind of a weird presence too, you look a lot closer to the types of things it's familiar with, so it starts to come near you.
Alright. I wait for it to get close enough, then I pick it up, pretend to cuddle it and all that, then be friendly to it. And when the dog is most relaxed, I sink my fangs in and feed.
Roll a strength and brawl in order to actually like bite into it successfully and hold it there.
Oh, my poor neighbor's dog survives a lot.
Only 2 successes, unfortunately. All them dice, only 2 successes.
I mean, it's a dog. You were already petting it. That's enough. It wasn't terribly difficult. It's not like, you know, you're talking about some, like, crazy strong monster of a dog or anything.
I'm not gonna fully drain it either. I'll take just enough, then I'll close the wound and let it. I don't think the dog can rat me out.
Or can it?
So
So,
you talk to a dog. I don't think so.
DNA can do everything now.
you gain one, or you relieve one hunger from you're feeding on the dog.
Yeah, I'll get residence from it, and 1 blood point should be enough. I don't want to kill the dog.
Yeah, it'll start to build up your residence.
So let me add that to my so I would say animal.
Okay. Is there anything else that you're doing? Or was it just feeding on the one dog?
I think just for now, just feeding the one dog.
Okay. Does anybody else have anything that they're trying to do in this suspenseful evening of waiting?
Nope.
Okay. So we'll say that the night closes and you guys all wake up the following night. You still haven't heard anything. Go ahead and yep, you guys got it. Roll your rouse check. Or
Humanity pad.
I haven't seen that before.
That's because he hit the humanity button.
Remorse. Whoopsie.
Oh.
Yeah.
I can read.
Do I roll my rouse again for the next night? Okay, that's what I thought.
Yes.
Just want to make sure.
We're all rousing.
Ooh, I'm hungry.
Yeah, I'm not hungry.
So, Father Torin, you feel the beast whispering to you. You want control, and what better way to show your control than your power, your ability to hunt and feed?
I think it's time to sneak into a place and eat like I'm meant to eat at night from the shadows.
And Jessica, you also wake up with beasts scratching at your belly. Hungry. Why haven't we eaten? You're covered in blood not that long ago, and yet we don't eat.
Would you like some golden honeyos? They're delicious.
The gnawing at your stomach continues.
Nope, not honeyos. Okay. Fine, I'll go find something to eat. Just be quiet. So yeah, I will go find my my homeless shelter place. That bridge.
Okay, the usual spot.
The
You're
usual
able
spot.
to make it over there, no problem. I mean, it's a bit of a meandering path, but yeah, you get there.
When is it never?
Exactly. Remind me, do you ever actually talk to them, or have you just kind of snuck in while they're like passed out or asleep?
I've kind of snuck in while they're passed out and asleep, and made them forget each time.
That's right. Okay. So, there's actually a couple new people over here now.
Oh.
It seems like this has become a little bit more of a popular place lately for them to gather. So, I think there were 2 people there previously, and now you see 4. There's a couple people that are huddled up close to each other, sleeping, at least as far as you could tell. And another one is sitting maybe 5 feet away or so, and you can't tell how drunk he is from like where you are right now, but you could see that he's sitting there with a drink. He's clearly, been enjoying himself. And then there's somebody else a little bit further over who has like a shopping cart next to them, and they're like pulling out like like bottles and cans and stuff like that, and like sorting them out into little piles, and you can hear 1, 2, 3. Oh, and now 4 of these, and they just keep they're very kind of focused on sorting through this and counting everything.
All right. Is the person with the bottle the same person that was with the bottle the other times, or?
Yeah, that's kind of what he does. That's how he deals with this life.
Yeah, I'm going to I'm gonna actually grab a blanket and join him this time.
Sorry, you slightly broke up. You're gonna grab a blanket and what this time?
Actually, join him at the fire this time.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
So blanket, poncho, huddle, just walking over and joining him.
Do you say anything as you walk up, or you just come up and join?
I just come up and sit down.
Ain't got no food for you.
I ain't got no need.
Alright.
Just looking for a little bit of warmth.
That's about all we got here.
Oh, got what you share.
He doesn't respond, just takes a long swig of the bottle. You don't look like you belong in life.
No, I like to see what it's like, if that makes sense.
You don't know what it's like. I met your kind before, you think, because you talk to us and actually treat us like we're human, doesn't mean anything. You understand, but you don't understand being treated like garbage.
I don't know about that. I do have a bit of people who treat me poorly. It happens. It's not pleasant.
Imagine it's your whole life. And everybody thinks they know you're sorry. They know everything you did wrong. You just are this. People are full of shit.
Usually.
Falls silent again. Drinking.
She will scoot over a little closer.
Not scared of the bad homeless drunk.
Why would I be? Besides, I've got a large blanket here, and as I said, share what you've got.
Yeah, I guess. Don't really share much anymore, but I
She will.
guess these three are okay.
She will actually extend the blanket over him and kind of huddle up next to him.
He looks at you. I mean, like, he's looked at you before, but like he's kind of, staring into your eyes now with almost a little bit of a squint, like he's trying to figure out like what the hell you're on about, what you're after here. His eyes are bloodshot. You can see the lines in his face, the wear and tear, and as you look a little bit closer, you realize he's not really that old. It's just the worry, the stress, the wear and tear makes him look older than he is.
Yeah, she will just sit there huddled close for a bit, and then she will kind of lean closer and whisper to him, I'm just looking for company in the night, and I want it to be here, where people are real.
I'm not real anymore. I'm a shadow of life. There's nothing left for me here except the weight of death.
But you don't lie. You don't sit there and think you're better than other people. Perhaps you are better than other people, but sit here and you know what's around you and feel what's around you. And you don't pretend. I mean, you pretend yourself, but you don't pretend things are better than they are.
Because things are shit.
See? A lot more
People
truth.
just try to make it out. There's some big meaning, some point to it all, but
Exactly, and that's why I'm here.
too young, pretty for life to have you this way. What are you after?
Well, just a little bit of time.
I guess I can't give you anything else, so good thing that's all you're after.
She will lean her head against his shoulder.
He kind of stares a little bit in shock. It's been a really long time since anybody, like, touched him like a normal human being. And he is still, like, clearly confused about why you're here. Like, what is bringing you to do this? He doesn't smell good. He's clearly, like, dirty. He's been out here a long time, so for you to, like, be leaning up against him, he's just kind of like, the fuck is going on?
My world is falling around me. What the hell's happening? So yeah, she'll just lay there, with her head on his shoulder for a while, and then when she thinks no one is looking, she's going to lean in and nuzzle her face into his neck, basically. Not biting. I'm just gonna confuse him even more.
Look, I'm not gonna be that way with you. It's been a long time, but I'm not sure what you're after. I'm not gonna be like that.
No? Alright. Well, if you're not gonna be like that, I mean, you don't have to be. And just continue rubbing face against neck. Unless he pulls away.
No, he's kind of like frozen. He's just doesn't understand like what you're trying to do right now. But like it's been a long time since he's had any kind of affectionate touch, so he's not necessarily like upset with you. He's just like confused.
I'm breaking him, yes! So, yeah, I will continue to do that, and as my face is there and hiding my mouth against his neck, I will bite and drink
How much dex do you have, Devil? If you want to type it to me rather than announce it, that's okay too. Okay, so you're able to kind of quickly turn your head and take that bite, and again, you know, he's kind of frozen. He doesn't exactly understand what you're doing, but at the same time, it's just kind of nice to be close with somebody. And so he just kind of lets you do what you want to do. And just almost kind of like melts into you a little bit.
Lovely. I scoop up the melted bits and then put them back together so that it's a man and... Oh, wait. Sorry. My inner Malkavian was going out. Yeah, no. Cuddle against him. Drink my one dot away. Just,
So you're not looking to kill him or anything, you're just
Nah.
relieving one dot of hunger.
just relieving the hunger I got.
And I forget if it's actually what it's called, but his is like the melancholy resonant. Is
Yep,
that what it's
that's the
actually? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. He's. You can kind of feel as you drink from him. You can feel that pain, and I believe this is the one that you drank from last time. So it feels very similar, but now just around the edges, there's this tiny bit of sweetness.
Yeah. When I'm done, I will lick his neck closed and whisper "forget" in his ear so he forgets that I bit him. But, you know, I give him the memory of just the personal affection and being close to someone.
Just as you begin to whisper "forget," he says, "My angel."
Yeah, I
And
will.
that's the impression he's left with.
Damn.
Woo!
And that is how a siren hunts.
Indeed. But now I want to see Torin hunt.
Yeah, I think you did mention you wanted to hunt as well, right, Torn?
Yep. I want to draw upon the news from my neighborhood on any potential bad guys that have been causing problems. Those are the preferred target that I have.
Okay. What is your neighbor? Do you have like a, I forget what they call it. A haven, there we go.
I don't know if I actually established one. Let me look. I would imagine that I'm in the older part of town, because that's where I could be the best use.
Okay, so it looks like you have some association with Loyola University as well.
Yes.
Okay. Do you have like a contact or anybody like that you are reaching out to, or are you like?
Influences.
What influence? What is that influence though?
Ask him.
Well, I am.
What do you mean by my influences?
So, typically with like contacts, influences, allies, stuff like that, you have some sort of like certain like sphere of influence or a certain type of connection, something like.
So I have a human descendant, Evelyn, who's a lawyer that works for the underprivileged. So I imagine that keep an ear out for anything that Kip picks up.
Right, but we're talking specifically about your background of influences. For you have 3 dots in it.
Yeah, so I'm wondering kind of what you were going for with that influence. Like, what sphere were you hoping to have sway?
Oh, I was trying to get power inside the church,
Okay.
since that's where we all came from to begin with. That's my opinion.
Okay. Well, I like the idea that you have this connection with somebody who like works for the underprivileged. So I'm gonna say that that would probably be the best place for you to reach out to look for that.
Then just go take the late night confessions. But yeah, I will. I will reach out to Evelyn to see how she is doing.
And how, like, does she know that she's your niece? Does she know anything about what you are? Like, what is your relationship?
I know her as a lawyer, and I've been there to console her and listen to her in general, because she works very hard, a hard clientele with the underprivileged.
Okay.
Kind of like the sounding board sort of thing. So, hoping that she sounding boards something off worth going after.
Okay, so your relationship isn't necessarily that, like, she's been providing you with, you know, people to go after. It's more just she confides in you and you sometimes pick up enough from that to find heart.
Correct.
Okay, gotcha. I just want to make sure I understand how to shape the interaction.
And needless to say, since she's a human descendant, anyone that threatens her is toast.
Okay. Oh, keep that in mind in case it comes up. So you're giving her a call then?
Yes, I will actually. She works late hours, so I would imagine that I could just go to her office to stop in. It's not uncommon for me to do.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, yeah. So I'm gonna go to her office and stop in to see how she's doing. Been a while since we spoke. Figured she could use an adult to speak to.
Well, she's an adult, she's a lawyer.
Oh, I'm the adult she could speak to.
I need an adult.
I mean, yeah, I'm in the room.
So as you come in, her hair is up in kind of a messy bun, and she has bags under her eyes, and her clothes, I mean, she's still, you know, in a suit, but it looks kind of wrinkled, and you know how it looks when, like, somebody's been wearing their clothes for a long time sometimes.
Yep.
And she just like seems very faded, I guess I would say. But she looks up when she walks in. Oh, Father Torin, I didn't know you were coming by.
Ah, child, it's been some time, and apparently I should stop by more often. You look worse for wear.
Oh, things have been busy, and not in a favorable way. This case is killing.
Well, you know I'm here to help you get through even the most difficult. I make sure that the door is so that, you know, she thinks that the privacy is there. So tell me, what keeps you up at nights these days?
Well, I've been working on this one case in particular, and it's kind of a weird one for me because this woman, she only became, she's only struggled recently. She finally left her husband, and he was horrible. I can't even describe it. But he has a lot of influence around here, and so she really struggled to try to get away, and because he controlled so much of their money, she couldn't really get enough resources to get away properly. And now he's after her, trying to get the kids back and everything else, and despite I believe what she's telling me, but despite everything, he's painting the picture that she's crazy, that she's making these things up. She's, trying to make him out to be a bad guy, and it's just not going well. He has too much influence, and now, she had tried to make it on her own for a little while. She's out of money because she had nothing to start with, and things just don't look good for her now, and it's hard to justify, keeping the kids with her when she's living in these conditions.
So where are her and the children now?
Well, I set them up in kind of a safe house, if you will, but I don't have the budget to keep them there much longer, and I can't exactly, start, a public funding program for it, so I've got to resolve this soon, but it's not going to be a quick fight.
Have you taken time for yourself and visited the church to pray for help and guidance? Perhaps the Lord could help us.
Father, I know that's what drives you and motivates you, and not saying that I don't believe. I feel like this is where my efforts are best served, and I hope you and God can understand that. I'm pouring everything I have into doing this.
Oh, I understand, child. I will actually beseech the Lord for you in your stead when I next speak with
I think she needs the prayers more than anything. And she looks up at you with, worry creasing her brow, and you can see the tightness in her shoulders and everything. She's like, I think he's gonna kill her, or if he doesn't kill her, he might start going after the kids to hurt her. She's a little vapid from always, having a good life until, fairly recently. She came from money too originally, but he cut her off from all of her family, and she's too embarrassed to go back, and her kids are everything to her, and he's a psychopath, Father.
How long do you have on the budget?
I might be able to keep them another month or two at most, but after that, I don't know. And like I said, he has a lot of influence. I mean, it won't be that hard for him to even just pay to keep things moving slowly enough that she's gonna have to come out of hiding.
Okay. We'll see what prayer can do for her. Please take some time for yourself. I'm sure things will work out. You have my information to contact me if you ever need to speak, yes?
Yes, I do. Can I
We are
Ask a
not
favor,
meant to
Father?
walk the world alone. I'm sorry again. Say again.
Can I ask a favor, Father?
Of course, child.
Will you pray a blessing for me? That I can succeed for her, for those children.
I will indeed.
And she crosses herself and, presses her hands together to pray.
I put my hand on her head and offer her a blessing that the Lord guide her and keep her and give her strength to do the honorable work that she does.
Amen. And she crosses herself again and stands up to hug you.
And I return the embrace.
Oh, you embrace her. That's a different set of roles.
Sorry, it's not a very long visit tonight.
Perhaps I should visit him. Do you have an address that I can go speak?
I don't know if that's a good idea.
I'm sorry, say it again.
She says, I'm not sure that's a good idea.
You're probably right. I do know the name. Did she mention the name? Can I see anything out and about that might give me a name?
She does have papers open on her desk, so she hasn't actually said her client's name or the husband's name.
So I'm going to see if I can't get a glance at what's on the desk
Okay.
as I'm making my way out.
Okay. Are you trying to distract her in some way, or are you just trying to
I think during the hug is when I would make the attempt. I mean, I suppose I could try. I could try and compel her to tell me, but I don't want to do that to only contacts.
Yeah, no, that's fine. I was just trying to think of the best role to suit this. I'm gonna say a wits and investigation.
Hey, Torin, are you bad at either of or are you bad at wits?
I have 3 in wits. Also have charisma.
Well, I'm just asking because I was going to teach you about rousing your blood if you wanted to use it. As a matter of fact, this is a good time to teach him about it. Hey, Torin, rouse the blood to give yourself an extra point of wits. Alright, so your hunger increased.
Okay.
But now you have 4 wits rather than 3 wits for this roll.
So do I click on the 4th dot then?
You don't
No.
need to.
So when you click to roll your investigation, you can select a wits as your trait, and then I believe it'll ask for a modifier, and you can just add a 1.
Yep.
But you greater, so make sure you add that on your sheet. And
Yeah, but it happens after this roll.
So I add. So I'm doing investigation. Attribute is wits. How do I get the modifier?
Once
Is it-
after you tell it to use wits, a box pops up that says modifier. Put a 1 in there.
Oh yeah, so you managed to get the husband's name and the wife's name.
So, for anyone who's not aware, you can rouse your blood to raise any of your traits for a check.
But of course it does leave you with the risk that you become a little bit hungrier.
Yeah. Okay. So I managed to figure out who this is, so I can do my own checking.
Yeah, I'll say that you even got the location of like where he works.
Okay.
So if you don't have anything else that you're going to talk to her about, she'll see you to the door. Thank you for coming over.
Anytime. And I walk away.
Alright. So what are you trying to feed on him right now? Or I should say, are you trying to hunt him down right now so that you have the shot at feeding him?
Yeah, my hunger is at a 3 now, so I think I have to go after him, don't I?
I mean, you don't have to.
But it wouldn't hurt either.
Yeah, I think that I want to go and scope the guy out. If an opportunity presents itself, then yeah.
Okay. How do you want to go about finding him? Are you just gonna try to look up what you can about him and see if you can figure out where he lives, or what's your...
Yeah, I figure the phone book's a good place to start. If I don't find him in there, then I know where he works, so I can always go by there to see if I can put a face to.
Okay. Go ahead and roll. Say this is an intelligence, an investigation, because now it's not a matter of like being, aware of like what's around you and looking at the right thing. Now it's like an active search.
Investigating again.
Yes, unless you have a proposal for why something else makes sense for how you're trying to do it.
Streetwise.
So that would be like finding people on the streets to talk to who would be able to tell you who he is. But he's not the type to be too involved on the streets, so I mean you could try it. It just may not necessarily get you as much information as like, something related to his business or something.
Well, I will use the streetwise aspect when I'm near his work. If anything, that's the only place I would use and get any chance of noticing. And then I will use the investigation with the phone because I don't have any dots in investigation, so I'd rather use something that have dots.
What about, do you have like technology or anything?
I have 2 dots in that, yeah.
Okay, can I make a suggestion?
Sure.
I'd Google search him. Like, she said that, he had influence, that he works at this, like, well-known business in the area. I would try to look him up online and see what information you can find since you have technology. And I think that's going to serve you better than trying to go streetwise.
Hey, I didn't even think about Google. That works. You want technology and what on the
Intelligence.
Am I still aroused or no?
Well, that was for your wits, and now we're using intelligence, so you won't get that benefit.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. You managed to figure out where he lives, and you know the address of where he works. You don't know exactly where he is right now, but you can choose to go to one of those places and see if you can locate him. You are also able to find his work number, not his personal number, though.
Okay. What time of evening are we right now?
Let's see. You went to see your niece. You probably sat with her for like half an hour or so. So I'd say you're like maybe an hour and a half after sunset or so, unless you slept well past sun.
No, I think I'm gonna go towards the home address if I can see. I imagine rich guy probably works later, so I might get to the house before he.
Goes.
Hi. Damn it.
So you get there, but he's not home. And he doesn't come home too soon after you get there.
So he is not home.
Right, he's not home.
So is he in a mansion with security guards and that kind of thing?
It's not a mansion. He's not like that rich that he, is living like kind of lifestyle where he has like, bodyguards or like full on security, but he does have quite a large house. It's nice. There's definitely cameras on the property, but he doesn't really have like guards or anything like that.
Can I see if any of the windows are open?
Are you trying to like circle the building and see if any of them are open? Or are you asking if you can like see any windows open from the street?
I want to just take the obvious look first.
Obvious look, like looking at the front of the building, you don't see anything that's open. It looks like, you see a couple lights on. You also were able to see that like his car isn't here, and there isn't actually anybody moving around. It looks like things are probably locked up.
Okay, well, one of my Lasombra traits is recordings have a hard time seeing me. That is correct, right?
Well, it's a flaw, but yes, you're correct.
So in this case, that his video cameras really wouldn't help him out if I were to do it. I want to case the house.
Yeah, so like he might know something was going on because the cameras are probably gonna freak out, but it's not like he's going to like see what you're doing, because basically like the cameras are going to like go staticky or like randomly stop recording, like stuff like that as it like tries to record you.
Okay.
May I make a recommendation to you, Tor?
Yeah.
Activate Oblivion Sight.
Yeah, I do that. Sorry, I forgot about this menu thing here.
Can I activate Dragonborn?
You cannot activate Dragonborn.
Aw.
You don't need to rouse for this one, Torn. This one is free to use.
Oh, okay.
So you're now able to see like pretty much perfectly in the dark.
Yep, and I'm gonna walk normal. I imagine he has a perimeter to his house. I'm not gonna make any like what do you call it, obvious moves that I'm aggressive or anything. Kind of like a passerby. I am wearing my priest garb. I mean,
Yeah, I mean, people are probably not going to be too suspicious of you.
yep. So I want to see if there's any windows open.
I don't know. That's some shady priest.
I am.
So you don't see any open windows, but there is like a side door to the garage that, you know, potentially might
that-
not be as well.
Is there a camera by it?
There is a camera near it.
So I want to approach the garage door from the blind side of the camera. I'm
Okay.
assuming these are fixed cameras, right?
Yeah. But it's, I mean, like, it's meant to kind of check for somebody approaching the door, so like it'll be hard to like fully get a blind spot. What you'll
Okay.
basically get is like you can approach from an angle where it won't pick you up until you are pretty close.
Yeah, my eye look at the garage door, see if it's bolted or locked or anything like that. And I have specialties with break-in and stealth.
Oh, okay. So it is locked, but it doesn't feel like this is the strongest, you know, door or lock or anything.
So is it the type of thing where I could just lean on it a little and pull it away from the frame of the house and it'll
Yeah, there's a chance you could do that.
I want to keep everything in. I don't want to break anything. Oh, and then I'm gonna. Sorry.
Well, what is it that you have the break-in? Is it your larceny or like stealth that you have break?
I break in and stealth.
Okay.
And what I want to do is I want to slowly. I'll take the time to move. Is the camera on a swivel?
Is it what?
On a swivel?
No.
Okay, then I'm going to take the mount of the camera and slowly bend it up so that it changes the view on the door. But not fast enough to somebody just casually looking at it notices the difference.
Okay. Strength and I think you can make it all for either brawl or athletics.
Athletics.
Okay, go for it.
So I don't know what this means when I look at these numbers.
So, the normal dice are the ones that are not your hunger dice. Those are like those ones above where it says normal. The hunger dice are those red ones. If you I forget exactly all the situations, but if you get if you fail your roll and you have a 1 among your hunger dice, then like the beast triggers, you basically lose control as part of that failure. Similarly, if you get like a 10 within those hunger dice, then you can trigger like a messy critical, like what Ryan had earlier, where like the beast doesn't totally take over, but you start to lose control a little bit to it, and so like you succeed at what you're doing, but like exactly how it sounds, it's kind of go exactly the way that you'd hope it would go. You succeeded at being able to bend that camera away, though, so that beast there doesn't affect.
Cool.
And then if you do, try to do that little trick with the door, I'd say probably. I think you're relying on your strength more than dexterity, even though dexterity typically kind of goes with larceny. So I'd say it's a strength and larceny. Or I'm sorry, stealth, because that's what you have in specialty. I'm sorry.
Strength and so stealth with strength, right?
Yes, I misspoke. Because I'm basically thinking of this as you're using your ability to kind of like sneak around places in order to help me with, doing this break-in.
Yep.
So yeah, you're able to do it. You don't have too much of an issue.
Cool. So I'm in the garage now, yes?
Yep. You guys are really, really well tonight. It's kind of funny.
Yeah. So I'm going to... Is there a hiding place that I can use in the garage? I'm going to use my...
You cut out. You're going to use your...
Appreciate, or I have the hide skill.
Oh, obfuscate?
Yeah. My power is silence of death, whatever that means. But I have a dot in there, and it's for... Basically, I want to ambush this guy.
Okay, so that basically like silences everything around you so that you can like move around quietly. So this isn't necessarily going to help you in this case. I mean, you can activate it. It's free anyways. It's just like you're basically hiding out and waiting because you know that he's not home. You're waiting because you're hoping that you don't see his car here. He's probably driving around and should, hopefully park in the garage where you might be able to ambush him. So I guess what I'm getting at is like right now you don't need this.
But when he comes...
But when he comes in, this will help you.
Okay.
But it looks like for a scene, so it's totally fine to just say that you're going to trigger it.
Yep.
So you end up waiting a while. It's a few hours before he comes home. During that time, and this happens for all of you. Let's see, all of you have a cell number that you've shared with the Camarilla. Can I assume that?
Would the Camarilla want us to have cell numbers?
Well, I think they're okay with using it for some things, aren't they?
Not really. The Nosferatu have taken to speaking in dead languages using carrier rats.
Okay, well, I guess, Torrin, you're not going to get this message right away then. But notes are all delivered to your homes or wherever you're tracked down around this time that are notifying you that it's kind of in code, but you understand the message to mean that you must present yourself to Elysium tonight.
Okay.
So, Torrin, after several hours, or not like several hours, but after a couple hours of waiting, you finally hear a car in the driveway. And I don't think I ever actually like directly answered you. There isn't like a great hiding place where you're like totally easily concealed from anything. But there are like some like tool cabinets and stuff like that there, and you can kind of hide yourself behind it to stay out of sight.
Yeah, and I'm gonna stay on my sight, and I know that none of his mirrors in the car will see me because that's another telltale sign that I exist, that you can't see my reflection. What does Arms of Ahriman do?
Fun stuff. I'll send it to you real fast.
Alright, so he pulls into the garage, luckily, and yeah, you have your chance to do what you want to do.
As soon as he opens the door, I'm going to utilize my occult Arms of Ahriman and smother him
Alright.
so that I can eat him.
You need to rouse check.
So you're gonna get even more hungry.
Okay.
So, you're basically, are you trying to use this to, like, hold him
Yep.
so that you can eat him?
Yep. And I make it so that he can't see what's eating him at the same time. He's going to feel the terror that he has caused his family.
And that's when you find out you got the wrong person.
Probably.
Damn it.
Alright, so you need to roll Wits and Oblivion in order to see if you can grapple him as you want to.
Wits and Oblivion. That's interesting.
How do I do? Should I?
Under your disciplines, Oblivion should be listed there. If you drop down the powers menu, there should be a spot where you see Arms of Ahriman listed, and off to the right.
Is it Wits and Occult?
Well, I changed it to read correctly as wits and discipline.
Yeah, it should be Wits and Discipline.
So the far right dice.
Yeah, I think that's the right button. Oh boy.
Oh man.
No, 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 no.
Well, no, it's not nom 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 messy critical. That's I just summoned a massive tendrils messy critical.
Yeah, so you summon a lot of tentacles, and you're in this shadowy garage, right? So there's very little light in here, and so they just kind of all over.
Cool. So I grapple him from everywhere.
Yeah, you have tentacles like shooting out from all over the place, and it's like almost as if it gets darker in here. The light, like the garage light that's up above, it was already kind of like a faint light, but now it's like it's barely even on. It's as if it's like almost out, and you could swear there's even almost like a mist that's starting to form in here, and slowly you start hearing like as the tentacles start slapping around him, and he starts to cry out as they grip tightly, and it's almost as if they're like spiky or something, as you start to see blood dripping from, various parts.
Oh, well, let us not waste this. Okay. So if I get him and he's all beat up in this process, right? I'm going to I'm not going to waste any time, because I imagine after I allow him to live, he might, or if I decide to allow him to live, I don't know yet. I'm going to eat 3 dots worth.
I'm just gonna point out that he has seen some very supernatural shit. Like, even though you're able to cover his eyes pretty quickly, with how hardcore you've summoned this, he very much has a sense that something supernatural is happening to him right now. It's up to you
Okay.
how you deal with that, but keep in mind you are, your people are attempting to join the Camarilla right now. The Camarilla is real big on the Masquerade, not letting the mortals
So I have
know
to
about
kill
the
him.
supernatural.
Okay.
You've got to do something to take care of it. It doesn't have to be killing, but depending on what you have available at your disposal, that may be the option that you would take.
I think with the pain and suffering he has caused children and my niece, he's going to die. And I do the silence of death while I do it.
Okay. So you're easily able to walk up, and he's already so wrapped up with all these tentacles around him, and just how scared he is and everything. You can pretty easily bite into and feed from him as long as you can move enough of the tentacles out of the way to actually get to his neck, without him really being able to put up a struggle or even way that you're approaching until you're biting down.
Yep, pretty much.
So
I make sure to seal the wound though afterwards.
are you killing him or are you leaving him alive?
I'm going to kill him, and then I'm going to let the tentacles take him to the Shadow World. If that's possible.
Yeah, I mean, you are basically opening up a little pocket of oblivion with this. So I don't think it's unreasonable to have. I mean, you'll see. Yeah, you can probably.
So yes, I kill him.
Does anybody know off the top of their head how many points of blood a human has before? I want to say it's 3,
3.
but I can't. Okay, so you'll get 3 points of blood from him.
That takes me down to 1, which is where I have to be anyway. So.
But I think you had 4 hunger total, right?
I did. If I drink 3, then it takes me down to 1 dot.
Yeah. So normally it would fully satisfy your hunger, but I think you'll still be a little bit hungry just because of how hungry you had gotten.
Yeah, and he had me agitated.
So you command the tentacles to take care of the body.
I do, and then I clean up the garage. To make sure there's no evidence that I was there.
So the tentacles literally rip him into pieces as they start to bring him back to the Shadow World, which unfortunately for you makes more of a mess. Just so you know, he was also phlegmatic humor. So as you're drinking from him, you can feel the control that he exerted over the people around him, his need to be in charge of everything, to set things to exactly his expectations.
Okay.
So after, I don't know, a couple hours, you'll probably have the garage fairly cleaned up.
Yeah.
Do you head back to your normal home?
Oh yeah, I do.
I'll have the note waiting for you there that everybody else got a couple hours ago. Well, actually, at this point, probably like 3-4 hours ago, that you must attend Elysium tonight. But because you had to wait so long for him to be home, you will be late for Elysium.
Okay, I will get cleaned up and make haste to Elysium. But with that, I have to go.
Okay. Would you all mind if we picked up with Elysium next time then? Just because this is going to be kind of a next big plot point, and I'd really prefer if we can have everybody there for it if possible.
Yeah.
That works for me. Thank you. Sorry.
No, it's okay. We're getting close to like how late I was gonna run it anyways. I'll say you can all have. Let's see, what all did you get done tonight?
Lots of eating.
5 points of experience.
Cool.
And then, Torin, before you go, if you can message me if you want to nominate anybody for extra experience. And then if anybody else has any kind of like side things that they're doing between waking up and the point where you received the notification that you need to go to Elysium tonight, we can do that. Otherwise, we can call it a night here all together.
Alright, good night, all.
And man,
Night.
Night, Cole.
Later, man.
Good night.
Okay. Did anybody have anything?
nothing I can think of.
And you remember to message her your votes for noms, guys.
Well, I was gonna give people the chance to do any other little side scenes that they want to do before, if they wanted to, before they voted, but it doesn't sound like anybody has anything.
I mean, I'm pretty sure there's something I could come up with if you really want me to. I'm sure there's several things I could come up if you really want me to.
I'm going to Oswego before I show up there.
What are you going to Oswego for?
I'm gonna go see Joe.
Okay. Are you just heading out there by yourself?
Yeah. Joe's my contact.
Yeah, just making sure.
Alright, so I'm gonna go to the house I put Joe up in.
Alright, you find Joe there.
How you doing, Joe?
Well, you know, it's going better. It's, yeah, I like this place you put me in.
Did the seeds arrive?
Oh, yeah, I got those, not too long ago, and they start walking over, to, like, a little, basically a greenhouse setup that on the side of the house. I got them set up in here. You know, they need kind of a special climate, so I had to kind of do a whole setup. But you hooked me up with this place, so I've got a little extra cash for doing little things like this.
Good. So, we're gonna try some experimenting, Joe.
Oh yeah? What are you thinking?
I put my wrist over one of the plants. Is this one of the Venus flytraps?
If that's what you want it to be, yeah. I mean, I think you sent a couple different things down, or was it just Venus flytrap?
I would have been looking into various carnivorous plants, really.
Yeah, so I mean, like they have a lot of these different people. There's stuff besides what you sent to, like there's some like citrus trees nearby and stuff like that, but things are labeled, so you can pretty much go up to, you know, whatever it is that you're interested in.
Alright, I'm gonna go up to one of the Venus flytraps that Joe's planted for me then. And I'm gonna take that knife that I took from my dead buddy,
Yeah, from Caleb.
and I'm going to slit open my wrist and I'm going to rouse the blood.
Okay, go ahead and do that. So you do it, but as you see that knife, you're reminded of that vicious kill of you know, having the pleasure of showing him exactly who he should be afraid of. And you are just so, like, confident with this idea that the beast is just urging you on, like, yeah, make new ways to kill him.
That's the plan. So, yeah, as the blood comes dripping out into the plant. Well, not the plant, the soil.
You see Joe's ears. If you remember, I believe Joe has like cat ears. You see those ears kind of like twitch a little bit, as if they're trying to kind of figure out what.
I don't know what's going to happen, but plants are living things, which means Vitae could possibly affect them.
They lick their hand and kind of move it over one of their ears, kind of like a cat. Huh? Yeah, that's interesting. So, should I keep feeding it my blood, or do you want it to kind of keep it to one? Like, what's your plan here?
We'll try mixing. Besides this blood, I'll see what other donations I could get, and with that, I give Joe some of those vials of Ravno blood I have.
Okay. Make sure you keep track of how much you have.
I've got 3 vials left, and of course, the Ravno said they'd be supplying me. So, the 3 that I have left, I'm gonna save for selling to the gang members.
Okay. But how often do you think something like this needs the blood?
That's a good question. I mean, I would think something similar to how often a ghoul would need blood.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'll try that. I mean, do you want me to, like, you know, I don't really like texting a lot. I mean, if you want me to, I will. You just kind of like visit every so often and see how it's coming.
Yep, keep it together for me. Think of it as future protection for this haven you have here.
Yeah. This could be cool. So, how's things going out there? Is Veronica looking for me, or things?
I haven't heard her speak much about you. I don't think you're really in her sights. Which is too bad, you're a valuable piece.
Well, I mean, I don't know about that exactly. I mean, I wasn't anybody too important. I just wasn't sure how hard she was gonna hold on to her people.
Her people aren't really her people. That's the problem.
What do you mean?
You're the one who told me she didn't smell right, Joe. And you're right. She doesn't smell right.
Oh, yeah. No, I know that. I just meant, like, the people working there at the zoo. They at least think that they're all the same people.
We'll see how long that unity holds. After all, especially among your clan. Deception and unity.
Yeah, I think they're gonna sniff her out sooner or later. I just, I don't know. She has some kind of hold over them. I think they like what she has to say, and they're relying too much on words rather than what their instincts tell them. The king girls shouldn't forget who they are.
They won't, Joe. Trust me. Instincts always kick in the end. Let me tell you a story. And I go on about a huge story about the Week of Nightmares, and the Ravno turning on each other, diablerizing each other.
They end up just kind of listening to everything that you're saying, but also kind of puttering around with the different plans. You see them like kind of touching them gently, almost as if like petting them and everything, and making any little weeding or like feeding, any of the kind of stuff that they might need. They kind of keep moving around as they're clearly listening, but they keep moving around as you tell the story.
Always learn from the wisdom of the Week of Nightmares.
I haven't heard that story before.
Camarilla don't like to talk about it. But I lived it. I saw it happening.
I don't hear too much of anarchs, talking about that either.
More of them should. After all, if the legends are right, the end of days have started.
Well, I hear religious people say that kind of shit about people like me all the time. But I'm glad you know.
Of course. Your level of care for the plants I greatly enjoy, though. You were the right person for this job, Joe.
Hey, you know what? Plants don't give me trouble like people and vampires do. I like the solitude.
And my boys have been keeping an eye out for you, right?
Yeah, I was a little worried about them at first because sometimes I don't mean to hurt your feelings or anything, but sometimes those type don't understand people that are gender queer or non-binary, so it's kind of worried, but I trusted you that you wouldn't like put me in danger, and you know what, they have been really actually pretty nice. I ended up kind of questioning my own prejudgments, so they've been great. I thank you a lot.
Of course, Joe. Well, I have to attend Elysium tonight, so I'm going to have to leave here. It's not exactly a close drive from Oswego to Chicago.
Bleh. And they kind of like stick out their tongue, like make a face when you talk about having to go to Elysium.
Yeah, it's not funny. But everything that's going on, they must think it's a big deal now. I don't know what they reported to James Garrett.
You know, have you been like tracking Veronica and stuff lately?
Yep.
Feels like those two are always, you know, involved in it. All the stuff that's going on. It's always them.
Really, there've been more instances?
Not exactly. I mean, a little bit. I mean, I think she's still trying to stir up, you know, trouble and everything, but it's like he's always there, you know? He always, you know, it's almost weird how on top of it. At least from what I've heard, but I don't know. Maybe it's I mean, some of my friends are a little paranoid, so maybe it's bad perception.
Well, thank you, Joe. As always, your insight is incredibly valuable to me.
Hey, I mean, it's just weird little things I notice. I don't know if it actually means anything, but you've been watching out for me, and it's been a while since I've had somebody really on my side, so. And they just kind of trail off.
I give Joe a fist bump.
They fist bump back and kind of smile.
I'll be back in a couple days, I'm sure, Joe. Stay safe till then.
Hey, you got me set up good. I'll be okay. It's good to see you, though. Thanks for visiting. I mean, I know I like my alone time, but
Of course, Joe. And I give a wave and get into my car.
they give you a quick wave. Continue to putter around in the greenhouse.
Alright, that's the one thing I wanted to do before Elysium.
Alright. You'll probably be just a little bit late, just because it is a long drive, but it won't be too bad. You won't be as late as Torin. Were you trying to say something, Mom?
I was just gonna say, he's got a pink Cadillac.
Yes, she's been drinking tonight.
Really?
Yeah, he actually did say a little while ago that he was pretty sure that she was drunk.
One margarita does not constitute drunk.
It does.
It sounds like it does.
It's called comfortably numb.
I mean, we said the same thing, you know, when we were drinking those peach daiquiris or whatever you were making.
Oh, they're fuzzy navels, I think.
Yeah, fuzzy navels, that was it.
Drink drunk.
Of course.
Damn it.
One time I'll walk you through apricot stone sours. Those are really nice.
Well, is anyone else doing anything, or are we wrapping up? Because I'm curious who won the nom.
Well, I'm taking silence to mean that you're all done. So, I still need votes, I think, from Devil and Mom. Daredevil?
A devil in need.
Okay, maybe I'll have to get his vote later. I think we might have a consensus here anyways. Hold on. Ryan, you get an extra point of experience.
Just for being a badass.
That's what
I
was.
liked the intrigue around him.
Sorry about that, mic trouble.
Oh, gotcha. Do you have a nom for anybody? You can send it in a message if you prefer.
Alright.
I will, however, have to teach you how to drink bourbon. Or I will be revoking your bank card.
Alright, Devil, you're also getting a point.
Lovely.
We actually had a three-way tie, so I'm just giving each of you 1 point.
Lovely, I have points to spend.
Alright, well, this has been quite a night. I'll double check with Torin that the date works, but would you guys want to pick a date real quick so that we can also announce it on stream for the July Saturday by? I'm thinking maybe like the 20th or the 27th, since we seem to be doing more towards the end of the month.
27th works.
That work for everyone else?
I'd like to hear people actually say things so I know that you can actually come.
27th sounds good to me.
Cappy. Or Devil.
Is Cappy still here?
I don't know.
I'm sorry. The 27th, you said?
Yeah, I'm mostly concerned about you because it feels like you sometimes have conflicts depending on which weekend we pick.
My conflicts are cleared up that I know of until the October.
Oh, okay. So 27th would be alright with you?
27th would be alright with me. If something comes up I can't get out of, I will let you know.
Okay. We'll check with Cappy and Torin later just to make sure, but they're usually around for most games, so I think we can officially call July 27th. So, she is
Alright.
barely under a month from now.
I'm still here.
So you are here.
Uh huh. I had to go up for a second.
Okay. Would July 27th work for you for our next Saturday by?
I do believe, yeah.
Okay. Well, you heard it here first. July 27th, the next Saturday by night. There may be some side scenes in between that you can watch for announcements for. And with that, I think we're ready to call it an evening. thank you for joining us for our installments of Saturday by Night. We hope that you enjoyed your time with us. I know that I'm having fun seeing everybody's characters develop. This has been the Story Speakers Guild, bringing you roleplay entertainment.
Until the next time.
Have a great night.
Yep, have a great night, everyone.
We love you.